Namaskaram. Welcome to GK News 9.
For giving me this opportunity to discuss and explore my ideas in front of the press gathering. This is wonderful opportunity, and I think the first time I am coming out to face the press media after the elections. And all of you know that this time the prediction of Jamaat Islami Telangana and support which we have extended is almost near to the final results. We supported Congress on 69 places, 41 places, 41 constituencies BRS, 7 MIM, 1 CPI and 1 BRS, 1 BSP. And the results, you know, 64, 39, 8, 7, 1. So it's almost nearly the prediction and the efforts which we have done on the ground. And this shows the strength of Jamaat Islami which we have in Telangana. From the grassroots level, all positive-minded voters have been diverted towards the polling booths, and the cadre of Jamaat Islami, irrespective of caste, creed, and region, religion, language, we try to actually motivate the temptation among the voters to come out and say their voice. Today, I would like to express the importance and the valuability of media. Normally in the press conferences we address about the issues and public matters, but in this August gathering, I would like to emphasize you that the crucial and the important responsibility which press has must be understood by our press fraternity, isn't it? This is the major time, I think, where we have to come out from the press which is under influence to the press which is free and in support of the democracy in India. Dear brothers and sisters, fourth pillar of democracy is often used to be described the role of news media. Number one, a healthy democracy requires the representation of diverse perspectives. News media, when functioning properly, provides a platform for different voices and opinions, promoting a more inclusive and representative public discourse. Number two, news coverage can influence public sentiment and mobilize citizens around specific issues. Media can shape the narrative and sway public opinion, leading to social and political movements. Number three, through investigative journalism, I am repeating, through investigative journalism and exposure of societal issues, news media can catalyze social change. By bringing attention to the problems and injustices, the media can inspire public action and influence policy reforms. Number four, news media act as a bridge between the government and the public, conveying information about government policies, decisions and actions. This communication is essential for maintaining transparency and accountability. Number five, in an era of misinformation, again I am using the word in the era of misinformation, news media play a crucial role in fact-checking and verifying information. Responsible journalism helps combat the spread of false and misleading narratives. So, the first point which I would like to emphasize is the guardian of democracy. The news media should act as a guardian by watching government actions, policies and officials. Should play a crucial role in holding those in power accountable and exposing any wrongdoing or corruption, serving as a check and balance in the democratic system irrespective of any party or any community. Public awareness is the second important thing. The news media is the primary source of information for citizens, so it should provide them timely and accurate news about local, national and international events. This information is essential for an informed citizenry, enabling people to make educated decisions and participate meaningfully in the democratic processes. Third, public discourse. Through reporting, analysis and opinion pieces, the news media actually facilitates public discourse on important issues. In other words, media is the platform for diverse perspectives and opinions. Next, free speech and expression. The news media plays a crucial role in upholding the principles of free speech and expression. Journalists should act as people's voice, expressing diverse viewpoints without fear of censorship. Next, public agenda setting. News media has the power to set the public agenda by deciding which issues receive attention and how they are covered. This influences the topics that are prioritized in the public discourse and can shape the political agenda. Last one is the educating the public. News media educates the public on complex issues, policies, and government functioning. Informed citizens are better equipped to participate in the democratic processes, including voting and civic engagement. So, my dear brothers, I think this is a point to ponder in this violent and volatile situation where democracy is facing many challenges in many parts of the globe. The role of media is important. Once it was the fourth pillar of democracy, but exactly what is happening, you people are more aware than me. So I mean the relation between the civil society and media is very important, and we represent civil society. Jamaat-e-Islami, in the recent meetings with the Chief Minister when he was not the Chief Minister, I explained him very clearly, and to the ex-minister and KTR also, that groups like Jamaat-e-Islami should not be taken as a minority or Muslim boys only. We are for all, and we are doing for all. So when we are representing the issues of downtrodden, representing the issues of negligence, representing the issues of governance, representing the issues of communalism, representing the issues of dangers to the democracy, must be taken as a civil society voice, not as a Muslim community organization. And for your information, in Telangana, we are in thousands with non-Muslim brothers and sisters. Many brothers and sisters are with us, and we are penetrating in the society. And in Karimnagar also, I can say hundreds of non-Muslims are with Jamaat-e-Islami. So we are working for the betterment of humanity, we are working for the betterment of civil society, we are working for the good governance, we are working for support agency to the government. Yesterday only, the representative of Jamaat-e-Islami, the Vice President of Jamaat-e-Islami, Janab Abdul Majid Shoaib Sahab and Janab Muhammad Azharuddin Sahab, they met with the Chief Minister, Honorable Chief Minister Revant Reddy sir, and greeted him. And again we reminded, please try to understand the support which we have rendered for Congress. It is not for the party, it is for the cause. And if you do the mistakes, similar mistake as your predecessor, then public will not forgive you. You will get some time, but if you want to stay here for longer time, please do for the masses and do it with justification. Hyderabad facing lot of problems. Old City is actually waiting for the developmental agendas. Metro we are waiting. Education we are waiting. Basic facilities we are waiting in Hyderabad. In Hyderabad, Old City must have to be taken care by our Honorable Chief Minister. A special plan has to be defined. The slum areas of Hyderabad, it covers almost 1200 of slum areas. Mostly 80% of the slum areas are being populated by Muslims only. But it doesn't mean that Muslims only are the poor. No. For every downtrodden in the area of Old City, a special program has to be launched. Secondly, to maintain the peace and harmony in our society, police reforms must be done. We have demanded in our early demands with the governments before election. We requested them to include it in their manifestos. They should include it, and they should not only include in the manifestos, but also comply to implement it. Regarding the minority issues, the development of minority youth is very important. If we could not provide them the proper education, the Urdu medium school situation is dangerous. The recruitment is very negligible. Teachers recruitment we are getting. Schools are without teachers. And Tamariz, they did something, but Tamariz also has various issues. And we hope that our new chief minister, he will concentrate on these issues. And for the minorities and the downtrodden, education must be taken as a vital element for their change. If they get education, definitely they will be easily integrated to the society. This is one thing.